All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we are cracking open the first chapter of Forged from Within. And let me tell you, this is not your typical gentle self-help book. No, this is about something much more intense. Radical self-reconstruction.
And right from the get-go, it hits you with this quote from Albert Camus. It really sets the stage, you know? It's all about finding that powerhouse of strength you've got inside, even when everything around you feels like it's falling apart. Okay, so the first section is called Welcome to the Forge. And that title tells you everything. This is not going to be a cozy, comfortable journey. Nope. We're talking about transformation under some serious pressure. The book is just brutally honest about it. A forge, well, it's hot, it's loud, and yeah, it hurts. The whole point is to take something raw, throw it in the fire, and hammer it into something totally new and way, way stronger. And this right here, this is the gut punch. It makes it crystal clear from page 1, nobody is riding in on a white horse to save you. The responsibility for this change, it's on you. All you. All right, next up, feeling the burn. This section really digs into something I think a lot of us can relate to, that nagging feeling deep down. The author just comes right out and asks you. It's a question designed to hit you right where you live, to tap into that feeling of, well, dissatisfaction. That little voice that says there's got to be more than this. And what is that feeling? It's that dull ache you get from living life on autopilot. You know the drill. It's a routine that can start to feel less like living and more like you're trapped in a box and the walls are just slowly closing in. But here's the twist. This is where the book flips the script entirely. That burn, that ache, it's not a bad thing you need to get rid of. No, it's actually proof. It's proof that the real you is still in there fighting. Proof that your story isn't over yet. So that begs the question, right? If so many of us feel this, why don't more of us do something about it? Well, this next section, Why Most Men Stay Ashes, gets right into the heart of that. It talks about the alternative to the forge. And the answer is pretty simple but powerful. Instead of fanning that little flame inside, most of us just bury it. We pile on all the stuff of life, bills, fear, responsibilities, and hey, even comfort. And it's like dumping ashes on hot coals. It just smothers the fire. You know, there's actually a name for this state of inaction. Napoleon Hill called it being a drifter. Think about that. A drifter is someone who's not steering their own ship anymore. They're just letting the currents of life push them around, controlled by everything but their own mind.
And man, this Benjamin Franklin quote just hits so hard. It really drives home the tragedy of it all. The idea of a life that's spiritually over long before it's physically over.
And look, the point the book is making is that ignoring that fire inside you isn't a zero-sum gain. It's not a neutral choice. There's a real cost, a heavy one. It leads to all this bitterness, regret, and this quiet, choking sadness.
So all of this, it's all building up to the climax of the chapter. And it's a big one. It's a choice, a really stark, unavoidable choice.
First things first, it completely shatters any fantasy you might have that someone else is going to come along and fix things for you. The power, and yeah, the burden of making a change, it lands right back in your lap.
So it really all comes down to this. One single decision. You have to choose. And according to this book, that single choice is what's going to define the person you're about to become.
And here are the two paths laid out, side by side. You can't have it both ways. You can't have comfort and transformation. So what's it going to be? Bury the fire and stay unfinished, basically becoming ashes? Or do you step into the heat, rebuild yourself, and come out stronger? The stakes couldn't be clearer.
And this quote from Sartre really puts a fine point on it. It captures the whole philosophy here. We aren't just born one way. We are what we choose to be. Our identity isn't some fixed thing. It's literally forged by the choices we make, especially when those choices are really, really hard.
So, at the end of this first chapter, that's what you're left with. A direct, personal challenge. A question that you can't just answer with words. The only real answer is in what you do next. What will it be?